What's up, Donovan? Welcome to the stream. Just don't worry about class. Alright, welcome. Let's get started. We're doing D1 exotic weapons, and we're gonna kind of rank them based on how well they do in PvP as well as PvE, or how well they carry out their intended function. I feel like this is really loud. At least in my ear. Okay. So, we'll just get right into it, I guess. And we will start with whatever this is called. What is this called? The Fire Thunderlord, which is called Abaddon. Abaddon. Which is fine. Um, let's see. So, like, yeah, okay. It's okay. Not too special, but not terrible. Does pretty well in PvP, but not really looking to ever use this in PvE. So Abaddon is just going to be average, B tier, and we're going to put Nova Mortis and the Thunder Gun all in B tier next to each other because they're the exact same weapon, just different weapon types, you know? So, all three are going to go in B tier. And I want to save all of the raid primaries for the end, I guess. So we'll just move on to Ace of Spades. Now, Ace of Spades was not, it's not nearly as good as it was or is in D2. D2 is ridiculous, but in this, it was a Hunter exclusive, so I got to use it, obviously. And it just, let's see, its perk in D1 was what it, if you get like precision kills, it reloads one end of the magazine or something. So really mediocre. It was fantastic in D1 or D2, but of course this is D1, so we're gonna put it in. Is it really in? Yeah, we're putting it in C tier. And C, we're also deleting F tier. Yeah, deleting F tier. We're only gonna have those. Okay, I still feel like this is so. You could put my. Thank you, Ricky. I'm blushing. My goodness. Is the music too loud? I feel like it is. Maybe it's just my freaking ears. Okay. Anyways, who cares? All right. Thank you, Ricky. Okay, thank you. for letting me know. Alright, done with Ace of Spades. Let's move on. What do we got? Bad Juju. Bad Juju was really cool. I know this to be true. Really good pulse rifle. Did I think pretty decent in just about everything. I gotta remember the perks of this thing. It has been so long. Holy crap. So yeah, after each kill, it would reload instantly, and damage would increase, and kills would like charge your super. So I think it was pretty good. I thought it was really decent. So we're gonna put Bad Juju into A tier. Next is Black Spindle. Alright, Black Spindle is S tier. This thing was ridiculous if you were able to hit your precision shots. Arguably the best DPS in the game, along with two other guns that we will mention, of course, but really, really solid. Just so good in raids, and in every raid, really, it's applicable, so really solid there. So yeah. Raise Lighter? Is that what this is called? This is so bad. Who's gonna watch this? What am I doing? Anyways, Raise Lighter, super cool. I think all of the like the three like core swords are good. Like you can resist a lot of things, like Gorgons and stuff. So that's really neat, and can do really good damage. The problem is you have to get super up close with people. So the Raise Lighter shoots out a beam of electricity. The thank you, Ricky. The solar one. Oh no, this is Boltcaster. I'm so dumb. Raise Lighter is the Pyro one, and then Dark Drinker is the Void. And all three of them, I think, are about the same. So we're gonna put those in A tier. Where is it? Where's the other one? There it is. Way down there. They're all gonna go into A tier. The what is it called? The Young Wolf's Howl, which is the other exotic pyro sword, is not nearly as good as any of these three. So we're putting that one in C tier. It's cool. It's cool design, but not nearly as good as the other three swords. So there you go. Boolean Gemini, which changed its name multiple times. If I'm correct. Yeah, before it was like the 347 something. And just increased your stats, right? Like it didn't. Yeah, like just give you bonus agility and armor, like nothing special, really. So Boolean Gemini is D tier, our first D tier. Look at that. All right. Um, Next up is Dragon's Breath, which was pretty good for enemies who stand still the entire time, because it creates, you know, the solar sphere that just does additional damage. But the velocity was absolutely terrible on this gun, on this launcher, and there are way better launchers than Dragon's Breath, so like it could do decent damage, so it's gonna go into B tier, but not nearly as good as others. So, alright, Dreg's Promise, Pleb's Promise, one of two exotic sidearms, right? And this thing did nothing. This is D tier as well. Yeah. Then what did it even do? Gosh. I tried to do my homework before doing this, but I failed at my homework. So, I suck. High ricochet shock rounds with target acquisition, so nothing special, and it's a sidearm, so yeah. The other sidearm is a lot better, but we will get to that. Alright. Next up, the OG Gjallarhorn. The classic Jelly Belly, one of the most sought after weapons of all time, is obviously an S tier. The GOAT, if you will. This thing would put out ridiculous DPS, better than anything for a long time, until year 2, really. So, just, I mean, what else do I need to say about Gjallarhorn? Next up is Hard Light, which I think was better in D2. Not that special in D1, but it's still decent, so it's gonna go into B tier. And then Hawkmoon, which Hawkmoon was ridiculous, being able to just have, what, 3 out of 6 shots just be absolutely ridiculous. This thing dominated PvP and was one of the holy trinity of handguns for D1, so that's gonna go into S tier for sure. Next is what is this? Hereafter, which a precision kill, I think it's a kill, would create a basically flashbang for enemies around it, which is it's decent. It's got decent stats. Looks pretty cool. We'll put it into B. Icebreaker, however, the regenerative. Oh hey Pete, what's up? Can't wait to see Icebreaker at S tier. Well, here we go. Icebreaker, really powerful sniper, has Firefly, which is great, and just being able to regen ammo is just fantastic. It only can carry 6 rounds, so because of that, I'm gonna have to put it in C tier. Just kidding, this is obviously S tier. Duh, gotcha Pete. You should have seen your face. Yeah, Icebreaker is S tier, duh. Invective. I love Invective. It's the shotgun icebreaker counterpart where it regens ammo, and I loved using this thing. The one time I went flawless in trials was with Invective, so that was really special. I love this thing. I think it's A tier. I think it's applicable in all situations, and being able to regen ammo is super viable. I love you, Pete. uh, anyways, Invective is A tier. Next is, how do you pronounce this? It's the starting weapon that they made into an exotic and is actually like Deece in Crucible and stuff. The starts with a K. The Kvostov. Yeah, the Kvostov. Um, so this is decent in like a casual PvP, and then it's pretty good in PvP. So we're gonna put Kvostov into B tier. It's alright. Lord of Wolves is an insane shotgun. This thing can blow through people in the Crucible, but I don't recommend using it in a PvE setting. But it's really good in PvP, so we're gonna put it in A tier. Meta Multi-Tool, or Meta Multi-Tool. Not as good as in D2, where it dominated Crucible for like what, in the entire year one. This thing, literally everyone used this and ruined trials for me forever on D2. In this game though, we're talking about D1. The better game there, I said it, is going into B tier. It's okay. It's got decent stats. It still does pretty decently in Crucible. So we will stick it in B. Monte Carlo is really interesting. It regenerates your melee charge really fast. Has really low impact, but I think is still enjoyable and can be pretty useful in certain situations. So that's gonna go to B tier as well. Necrochasm. Okay, I freaking love Necrochasm. Necrochasm is so good, especially in Crota. Uh, I forgot the name of the Crota raid because I'm just used to calling it Crota Assault. So Necrochasm is really good in Crota Assault in the very beginning. I really like using this in Crucible actually. I think it's really fun to mess around with, even though it is not meant to be a Crucible weapon at all. But I think it's a really unique weapon, really fun to use. So Necrochasm is gonna go into A tier. Nemesis Star. What does this even do? This thing is not good, right? Nemesis Star. It okay. So range and accuracy increases as rate of fire decreases. Yeah, like you could run this in uh Crucible, I guess, but not nearly as good. Like legendary weapons are better than this thing, so that thing is D tier. If a legendary weapon is better than if a legendary weapon does the job better than an exotic weapon, then that thing is like automatically trash. So Crota's End, thank you, Pete. Yeah, Crota's End. I want to say like Crota's Wrath, but that's not right because it's Wrath of the Machine for the last one. So yeah, Crota's End. Yeah. All right. Next one. Okay, No Land Beyond, and okay, this is where. Okay, No Land Beyond. If if we're talking No Land Beyond in PvE, this thing gets its own F tier. In PvE, if you can land your shots, then gosh, no Pete. If you can land your precision shots with No Land Beyond, if you're good at the game like Donovan or Mo Pete, then it's really good. But completely relying on a precision shot with a little ammunition weapon takes 2 years to reload if you miss a shot. Um, is like beyond useless in PvE. So we are putting No Land Beyond in C tier. Alright. And that's my controversial spot on the tier list for the night. Thank you for coming, Pete. You may now destroy chat. And while you do that, I will move on and talk about No Time to Explain, because there's no more time to explain my reasoning in ranking No Land Beyond in C tier. See what I did there? That was funny, huh? That was funny, Pete. Okay, No Time to Explain. Puts ammo back into your weapon if you are getting precision hits, which is okay. Decent in PvP, okay in PvE. So, but I mean, there are a lot better options most of the time, so it's gonna go into B tier. There are some instances where I use it, like against Golgoroth in The Taken King. Okay, thank you, Pete. Thank you. Um, yeah, it's good against Golgoroth. Because I usually take the gaze. So, yeah. Next up, ooh, okay, here we go. What is this called? Outbreak Prime? Yeah. Outbreak Prime is insane. Can do really well in PvP, but is just so good against like mobs in PvE. Like this thing just shreds through things, and so this thing is S tier. Just so good at destroying mobs. What is this? Shoot, what is this? What is this called? I know what this is called. This is called. Freak, what is this called? I'm gonna see it and be super pissed at myself. Do I need to skip it? Patience and time, that's what it is. Frick. Okay, patience and time. While you aim down the sights for a little bit, you become invisible. One of the few ways for non-hunters to become invisible, so that's kind of neat. It's okay, but not super useful, so we're gonna put it in C tier. Alright. Next is Plan C, which, shoot, what does Plan C do? Is this the one where it has really short charge time when you swap? My phone is gonna die. Yes, yep. So can be pretty good in PvP, not really good in PvE. So Plan C will go in to B. Do you see all those rhymes? That was nice, Humpy. Wasn't that great? Next up, Queen's Breaker Bow. I really enjoy this weapon. I think it's pretty good in PvP. It's nice that you can change the charge rate and impact to your liking, which is cool. But I mean you should just like pick Black Spindle or something if you're playing PvE. So this is gonna go to B. I really enjoy this weapon. Super cool. I wanted it so bad when it came out, but it's gonna go to B tier. Red Death. Being able to immediately regen health when you get a kill. Had decent stats. We are gonna put Red Death in A tier. Sleepers Simulant. Okay. Probably the best DPS in the game. It's one of the big three. Obviously, S tier. Just phenomenal at what it does. Just absolutely ridiculous. What is this called? Super good advice. Another like trash machine gun that doesn't really do anything. You may as well just, if you're using a machine gun, like just use a legendary one. Like Thunderlord is okay, and its counterparts, but just no. No Time to Explain is in D tier, as I keep hitting my desk, and I apologize. Alright. Soros Regime. Really good PvP weapon. Does decent in PvE. We're gonna put it in A tier. Telesto is ridiculous, and I love this thing. Just so good in PvE. But actually does decent in PvP as well. But this is my baby. This is going in S tier. I will fight for this. It is just so good at PvE, just clearing mobs, and honestly doing damage to bosses. It does pretty well as well. Next is the Fourth Horseman. Up close, this thing hits like a truck, but its range is abysmal. And the fact that you have to get super close to somebody to do insane damage is why it's going to go into C tier. It has its uses, but yeah. Next is the Chaperone, which is a slug. This thing is great in PvP. Really good in PvP, and not so much in PvE, but we're gonna put it in A tier. It does its job. All right. What is this thing? The this thing is so bad. What is this called? Let's see. The first curse. Yeah, this just like helps your stats or something. No one cares about this weapon. It looks like the last word. It certainly doesn't perform like it. Going into D tier. Bada bing. Next is Jade Rabbit. This thing is phenomenal in PvP, terrible in PvE, so it's gonna go in A tier. Just really, really good in that sense. Alright. The last word is phenomenal. Just like I said, there's the holy trinity of hand cannons in D1, and it's Hawkmoon, the last word. And I may as well finish it off with Thorn, its dark counterpart. I love these two weapons. They're so great. I love Thorn and Last Word. Just so fun to use and really, really good in PvP, but also do decently in PvE. The Thorn more so than the Last Word in PvE, but definitely S tier. Next is Talilac? Is that what this is called? Talila? Is that what this is called? Taliloc? Yeah, the Warlock exclusive. Um, it has better handling if your super is charged, which uh, is really great if you're a self-res Warlock. Otherwise, not not really useful. So if you're self-res, great. If not, then it's not that good. So, um, not quite D. We'll put it in C. Yeah, alright. Touch of Malice, only useful in specific instances. Really unique. We're gonna put it in B tier. Really good in taking king, but otherwise, not so much. Alright, Trespasser. Now this is a decent sidearm. And I say decent, but it's going in C tier. Really good if you get a kill. The next burst is like longer and super powerful, which is great. But again, it's an exotic sidearm. You have so many better options than using this thing. So unless you're cracked with some legendary weapons, then you can use this in Crucible. But yeah, otherwise just use something else. Truth is okay. You know what? I'm putting Truth in A tier. I had it in B originally, but Truth is A tier. Ridiculous in Crucible. Just tracking people down around corners is great. You're like guaranteed a kill with Truth, and does decent damage against bosses, and really useful if the boss is moving around a lot. So Truth is gonna go A tier. Universal Remote, the shotgun you can have in your primary, which Lord of Wolves isn't, right? I don't think so. Maybe it is. I don't know. Universal Remote. Great in PvP, not so much in PvE. Low ammo count. it's still, I mean, it really is good in PvP, so we'll put it in A tier. Vex Mythoclast. Okay, one of the coolest looking weapons and one of the most sought after weapons. What is going on here? Get out of here. This thing was OP when it first came out. I wanted this more than any other weapon when I started the game. This thing is so cool and still holds up. Like, really fun to use, really unique weapon. We're gonna put this in S tier. It's iconic. Gotta go in S tier. All right. I don't think I need to talk about Vex Mythoclast anymore. It speaks for itself. Okay, Zen Meteor. If you get like precision kills, I think it creates like a powered up shot on your next one. Not that great. Has its uses, but I think this is C tier. And then Zalo Supercell. Alright. This thing is really great in PvP and does well in PvE as well. Being able to chain electricity between people is really great. It's not going to B tier. That will go into A tier. Solid weapon. Really solid weapon. Really fun to use. Alright, so now we are to the raid primary exotics, which were originally legendary weapons, and then they converted them into exotics. I'm still a little salty that they just didn't boost up their legendary counterparts, but it's okay. I still love some of them. So, uh, the fact, so okay, they're primary weapons that have elemental damage, which is really useful in Nightfalls and Nightfalls only. So most of them, oh shoot, I didn't get, oh this, shoot, what is this called? Fabian Strategy, which is the Titan auto rifle, which this thing is also just terrible. Like, don't use this. D tier. Okay. Anyways. Also, Pocket Infinity is not on here, but that thing was broken. Like, literally so broken they had to take it out of the game and never put it back in. I don't think. So, holy crap, my phone is gonna die. 1 second. Alright, sorry, I'm back. Here we are. Okay. Phone is charging. Alright. We'll start with the best of the best. Fatebringer is A tier. Firefly and Outlaw is just such a deadly combination and really good stats on a hand cannon. This thing is A tier. The fact that it's exotic is why it's A tier, because you have to use your exotic slot on this thing. But its legendary counterpart is definitely S tier. Like, but it's so good. I think it's the best raid primary. Like, apart from Vision. Vision of Confluence is also just really good. Just a really solid scout rifle. So, and then we start going downhill. Alright. One that's decent is the scout rifle from The Taken King. Let's see, what is it called? It is called the Doom of Chelchis. Chelchis? This thing is great. I think it's A tier. Just put it in your pocket and it reloads for you is great. So you can just like use it up and then switch to like a sniper and then switch back and it's reloaded, which is great. So another notable one is I think it's Chaos Dogma. Is that, yeah, Chaos Dogma. This thing is decent as well. I'm gonna put it in B tier. Actually, you know what? I'm putting that in A tier. Really good weapon. And then let's just go down the list of raids. So we did Vision and Fatebringer. Atheon's Epilogue is okay. I think it's B tier. It's decent. You can have some fun with it. Next, I think is the last one, right? Yeah. Praedyth's Timepiece. Does anyone use this? Like, it's okay, I guess. We'll put it in C tier. And that's Volta Glass. Crota's End, courtesy of Pete for the name. We have Word of Crota, which is awful, right? Yeah, this thing is just not good. Oversoul Edict, which is the pulse rifle, is okay. We'll put that in C tier. There's Abyss Defiant. Not the best either, but it's okay. I think. And then Ur-Yut, right? Yeah, the Fang of Ur-Yut will also go in C tier. All right, Taken King. There is the Anguish of Dristan. These weapons are gorgeous. Like, I think my favorite looking raid weapons, but they're also just like not very good, except for the Doom of Chelsis. So yeah, okay. The Anguish of Dristan is gonna be C tier, I think. Yeah, we'll put Anguish in C tier, which is... Frick, I think it's this one. And then the Pulse Rifle Smite of Moraine is also going to be C tier, but the hand cannon Zoli's Bane, I wanted this thing so bad when Taken King came out, but this weapon is like actually terrible. The reload speed is so bad, and the stats are like not that great. Oh, but this thing looks so good, which hurts my soul, but anyway. Alright, last, Wrath of the Machine, which we did Chaos Dogma already. So the Genesis chain, the auto rifle, like, who cares? Where do I put this? I guess it's okay. We'll put it in C tier. The pulse rifle, which is the steel medulla, is also D, but like whatever, we'll put it in C tier. And then the hand cannon, who cares about this thing? The fever and remedy, we'll put in D tier. And there we go, we did it. There is our tier list. Scroll that a little bit more. Anyways, yeah, so S tier we got Gjallarhorn, Sleepers, Simulant, Black Spindle, Hawkmoon, Icebreaker, Outbreak Prime, Telesto, The Last Word, Thorn, and Vex Mythoclast. And does anybody in chat want to bring any points to the table? There's your D tier with Bullion, Gemini, Dreg's Promise, Nemesis Star, No Time to Explain. The First Curse, Fabian's Penis, Word of Crota, the Crota's Dong, and the whatever the heck this is called, the Fever and Remedy in D tier. Anyways, that's gonna do it for Tier List Tuesday. Thank you so much for hanging out in chat. Ricky, on the list, you are actually you're actually right there. There you are, Ricky. I would throw you at Crota any day. Insta-kill. Alright. Thank you for watching, everybody. As always, this is posted on YouTube, which is right there. Yeah, super sexy. That's what that is. Yeah. If you want to check that out. Yeah, thanks again for watching. And until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye.